You know the fucking vibes. Today on Drive Slow, brought to you by My Mixtapes. We got Jim Jones in the building.
What's up?
As y'all see, we're just relaxing. We chilling.
Yeah.
A nice Harlem summer night.
Yeah.
Vibing.
Like yes. You on the block chilling.
Bro,
at a discreet location.
At a very discreet, but very chill.
Very chill.
Very chill. We as a youngin', I want to thank you for doing what you do for hip hop and still doing what you are doing for hip hop.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that.
You know, people always need to understand, and Nori always says it best. You know, get their flowers while they're here. You're doing a lot from the youngers to the a little bit older, and then people your time, and you just do so much for hip hop, and I want to say that in the beginning to let you know that we appreciate you. Thank you
very much. It's always good to hear that because I don't hear that too often in the industry.
Well, you should. This is my mixtape, so this is gonna go out there, and they're gonna be reminded. Shout out to I learned a lot. I'm a hip hop buff, and I learned a lot. Virgie, she posted you on New York Undercover. I did not know that you did that.
No, that's Cam Moms, right?
Yeah. Right. That's I follow her for all the nostalgic shit. She's like the encyclopedia of Dipset.
My page is different. I love Ma for that. She always make me rekindle whenever I see some of the pictures she posts up. The New York Undercover was good though. That was a good one.
That was a good one, right?
That was a good one. She caught that one though.
But I was a shorty when I used to watch. My mom used to love that shit. She was in love with the Spanish dude. So when I seen that, I was like, no way, Jim Jones was really on this shit. But it was crazy.
Yeah, I was trying to become an actor. It didn't work.
I was gonna say it didn't work.
It didn't work the way I wanted it to. But I got a few acting gigs after that.
Yeah, but you still doing it. Shit happens. Still blessed.
Shit happens. I'm still blessed.
Still blessed. Still shining. Still eating good. Do you remember? Because you come from CD, street corner eras with the CDs and all that. Do you remember when My Mixtapes came around?
Oh no.
No. Because that was digital. That was when everything went digital.
Early digital. Yeah. See, the thing about that is, I'm not thorough on the computers like that when it comes to onlines and webs and I don't know what to call them. My mixtapes was something that always popped up because they had all the new music, but I didn't know how to get to it. Somebody would have to play it for me. I do believe I had a few mixtapes on My Mixtapes and things like that, but as for me finding these websites and things like that, I ain't good at that. I still don't go to websites to this day. I damn near don't even know how to get to YouTube. I'm bad.
So you got an incredible team, to say the least.
Yes, I mean, of course I know where things are at.
Right.
I'm talking about having the savvy enough to do it and things like that. I ain't caught up like a lot of other people. Every day they got to check what's going on all of these websites. I don't know how to do all that.
Right. Oh, Jim, I'm going to say, this is my opinion, I'm going to say that Dipset was and is just as influential in hip-hop the way Wu-Tang was. Like you go anywhere in the world and Wu-Tang and Dipset's like a Yankee hat. Somebody knows about it. You could go to the middle of Bolivia and somebody's wearing a Yankee hat. You will see somebody with like some sort of Dipset Eagle insignia. Same way you see the Wu W. Is that right or wrong? Because don't be humble.
Yeah, I've seen the diplomat tees and hats in some of the strangest places in the world, and everywhere that I have been, right, I've seen a diplomat tee or a hat. Definitely fans running up, tattoos. So much.
Has it ever been one time where you're like, fuck, like we made that much of an impact, like on anything, or somebody repping it or something like that, or another country?
Chris, he was on vacation, I believe in Aruba. Mm-hmm. That's my hometown. And then there was a waiter that lifted his shirt up to show him his Dipset tattoo that he had across his stomach.
Whoa. That's like Thug Life and Pac type shit. You know what I'm saying? When people are tied in Thug Life because of Pac and they got Dipset emblems because of Dipset.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't know if you forget how influential you guys are, because you live it every day. You live those lives,
Yeah, that's the difference. See, when you live in it, it's hard to kind of see it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like I set out my day to be influential or to...
Right. It's just you.
You know what I mean? It's just who I am, naturally.
I moved from... I'm going to give you a quick story about me. I moved from Brooklyn. from the Bronx to Miami in 2003. And it was very hard moving to Miami because at that time it was hard with the New York rappers in Miami, and my swag was strictly Dipset. I'm talking about like 4X jersey, Tim's, and I'm in Miami in a school in Homestead. I don't know if I know you're familiar. Homestead's very south.
Yeah.
And you know, they would, everything I would hear is get your ass back to Miami. Those big New York with those big boots, this, that, and the other. But like I met like 4 dudes that was big Dipset fans, and from there on, I was like, you know, we got the crew, and like we was mini Dipset in school. You feel me? And I don't have to cap on this. Read the comments after this interview comes out. But that's how you see the bandana still to this day. It doesn't. There's no gang affiliation. This is just
who you will.
It's just who I am. So like I said, it's you guys have made a major impact on a lot of things.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all of that also. You know, that didn't have to happen.
It didn't. Yeah. But that's how. But I'm saying like that's how lit it was. You can't stop the wave. You feel me? Like you can't stop that kind of wave.
We definitely had a great wave. A great wave.
Was your first feature on Cameron's Me, Moms, and Jimmy?
Yes.
That's super throwback.
Our first record that I appeared on was I was on actually all of Cameron's albums from the beginning. But Me, My Moms, and Jimmy definitely was the first record, and I should have got co-production credit for that actually record because that was kind of the sample that I told them to use.
And that was my thing that I was going to ask you. So were you producing more or were you rapping more at that time?
I was in the streets more at that time. I just had the opportunity, and I never want to let an opportunity pass because I had Cam.
Right.
Cam was into the music. Cam got the deal, and I knew for him to do the deal, I had to do my part. So once he got the deal, and I was able to also capitalize off of the opportunities that he had for himself, which he in turn opened up doors for me, is when I started to take my chance at doing what I had to do. And even in the beginning of rapping, when I started rapping, Cam told me one day in the crib in 5H that if you start rapping the way you act in the streets, you're gonna make a lot of money. And I always kept that, and I started to rap accordingly to what he told me.
And you stuck out always.
I mean, that was before rap.
I'm talking about for us fans, because you know we need a lot of people didn't know you before rap, especially outside in the world. So that's how, like, because you know you did the scissor, didn't you? Was that you?
Yeah, that was the deal that I brought to the table for the Diplomats. That was a great thing.
You know, I think I was like 17, 16 with that bottle.
Yeah, we were one of the earlier rappers to come out with their own liquor.
And is there any way to find that? Because me and my brother were arguing the other day, and I was like, bro, I bet you I could find it. It's gonna cost a bag, but I bet you I could find it.
Shit. Let me get a bottle. But at that time, doing business, we wasn't ready for the business.
Right. It was a good idea.
We know what we wanted, but
right.
When it came to the business, we didn't execute quite like we needed to. And that's because we was following the money more than we was following the business. Because it could have been super lucrative.
Still opportunity.
There's always opportunity.
There's always opportunity.
I'm about to drop a new liquor in a second. Well, not a new liquor. It's a champagne, but pardon me, we'll have another conversation about that another time.
You heard it on my mixtape. So when I got it, when it comes out, I'm just gonna say I heard it first. I don't know the name. I don't know none of that shit, but I heard it first on my mixtapes. Jim, what do you think helped you stay as relevant as you have this long?
I don't know.
Just being you, right?
I mean,
there's got to be a cheat code, bro.
The will enough to persevere through all the hard times, and knowing that there's going to be hard times. You dig?
Yeah.
Keep my head down till I came up. Every time I got knocked down, I refused to stay down, and I got back up. When they told me no, I refused to take no. You heard? A couple times I had to take. And we raw, we don't steal. You heard?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things that comes to staying relevant and being able to bounce back from all adversity and things like that. I've been what they call blackballed, talked about, my name smeared, all type of shit.
They forget that part. They see the success, but you have been through a lot, and that's why I asked you that specific question, because a lot of motherfuckers would have folded. You feel me?
Yo, let me get a tissue.
Jim, you inspired me to get in the gym. You're one of these people that have inspired me. Shout out to my trainer, Will Perez.
Will.
But you one of the people that we look. I mean, I did a couple of your workouts. We sent them to you, but
I ain't got no boogers in my nose.
Nah, you good. You clean. Definitely I ain't gonna let you play yourself like that. I got you.
Appreciate that.
I see you out there. I see you working. But how'd you convince Mano and Fab to get in there with you?
Oh, it actually wasn't my convincing. New Year's roll around. We downtown at Mano's family restaurant, Chelsea House. It's like Cheers in there for us. You heard?
Yeah.
I guess I'm like Norm in that spot, but
you gotta. Hey, that's old time for you. Gotta break it down for the younger cats.
Oh, Cheers is a TV show that used to be on when I was younger. Took place inside of a bar. The bar was called Cheers. Norm was one of the characters that had his own seat inside of the bar. And every time he walked in the bar, they'd be like, Norm!
And that's when you walk in, Jimmy!
Yeah, exactly.
But y'all was in the restaurant. How did it come about?
Fab showed us this like list of things that he wanted to do for as a resolution.
Yeah.
And it was about fitness and health. And we was like, man, let's all band together and really go for it.
Right.
And that been 8 months ago, so it's crazy how I've been watching my brothers work out consistently for the past 8 months, at least 4 times a week for everybody. So that is a great thing, because you know it's the fountain of youth, and we trying to stay in shape.
Yeah,
stay young. You heard?
Stay blessed.
Yeah, so it's dope though. We got a fitness initiative called FitLit. Yeah, we about to start doing some boot camp workouts.
Got Van Fit.
Got Vamp Fit.
I got 2 shirts.
FitLit is powered by Vamp Fit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's all in unison. So and we also doing a FitLit album right now, which is pretty dope. We pretty much finished it also.
I heard the single. I heard that one. But so listen, when y'all gonna fucking put a reality show in the gym? Cause y'all be going at it with each other.
Well,
bro.
actually, we've been working on a reality show with Revolt.
Okay.
Shouts to Diddy about that right there. So it revolves around the gym and our lives separately from when we leave the gym.
Yo.
Being the gym as the anchor.
Y'all be having us roll. That's the first thing we do in the morning. We want to hear about who's getting on who, because I get that a little bit. Because they from Miami, I'm from New York, so I go in there, try to go in there fresh as fuck. The only thing I don't change is my sneakers. I ain't gonna lie. The sneakers, I keep them dirty, but I go there fresh. And my trainer says, whoa, you still trying to lose weight. What are you coming here fresh for? Like, you're not stating nothing besides you looking fresh. And I'm like, listen, I feel Jim and them when they in there. Like, you can't get caught lacking. You know what I'm saying?
Can't get caught lacking, man. You gotta look good at all times.
You know, I mean, I'm on my mixtapes doing interviews and shit like that. Somebody gonna catch me in the gym. Look at this bone.
Look good.
You feel me?
Look good.
But yeah, I lost 90 pounds in 9 months.
Congratulations. That's incredible.
We here, yeah. I'm doing the calisthenics like you.
That's fucking incredible.
It's fun shit. El Capo the tape.
Yeah.
Bro.
The album.
You know when they said Fat Joe said something about finding Pun's rhyme book. I felt like you got some kind of super gym rhyme book that you pulled out of nowhere, cause that tape is super legendary.
Yeah.
Was that like a reset? Was that kind of like, yo, don't play with my name type shit, or what?
That was exactly what that was.
See
you
what I'm
hit
talking
that
about?
on the nose. That was a heavy reset. That was a heavy please don't play with me. You're gonna need a lot more than that to get me out of here.
I was talking hella shit when it came out when I was in Miami. I told y'all about fucking Jim. I told y'all this is that shit. And then they ready to kick me out and all that, but it's all good. The fraud department.
Fraud department, same thing.
+2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shouts to Harry Fraud. That was an incredible album. And all these albums I done during the pandemic when I created a technology called Quarantine Studios. But with me creating that technology with AWS, with Amazon, this is a real thing. I figured out how to record virtually in real time with all the bells and whistles.
You got that patent, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I did it with Amazon. So, AWS, whatever. So, I've recorded all of these albums that we talking about
on that.
On Quarantine Studios, with the exception of El Capo, because that was done right before the pandemic hit, and that was done at Heatmaker Studio, and a lot of fun nights. God bless Fred the Godson.
Yes, I was just gonna say that because Fred was on there. I want to talk about an important event that happened for me in hip hop, and I'm talking for me in general. I'm kind of like fanning out on this interview, but the connection with French, like the music, like that was dope.
That was a dope feeling.
It was a dope scene.
It was dope. I mean, the bigger thing was that we were able to squash whatever beefs we had, and to know that we were bigger than what we had going on. There's things bigger than what we had going on.
I like that.
Not to mention, there wasn't no real physical harm nobody got.
Right.
I mean, it was.
But everybody likes a good story at the end. You feel me?
Yeah, it definitely was a great story. 100%.
And good fucking music. At the end of the day,
story.
put all bullshit aside.
Shouts to French though. He's definitely been putting on for the city for a long time. One of the few people in New York to do what he's done in his time. So I got to tip my hat to him.
And for New York, New York,
definitely.
Gangsta Grills.
Gangsta Grills.
That right there was Jimmy now stepping into the drill.
Yeah, my name is Jay Flock when you talk about drill.
Oh, so we got an alter ego for the drills. We got specific names for different albums.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I heard. Well, El Capo, if I had to give you a name, I'm gonna call it Unfuckwittable.
Unfuckwittable. I got a Spanish album coming out too. My Spanish name is El Señor.
Is it like Spanish? Are you speaking Spanish or?
It's called Broken Spanglish, so it's a Spanish album. I'm speaking Spanish. I'm doing music in Spanish, but it got a little twist on, a little New York twist on it. If you're from New York, then you can understand. If you're from Harlem, you can understand. We learned Spanish from the neighborhood, from being so many Spanish people around us, and also from going uptown when we were hustling, trying to buy some coke and shit like that.
Gotta get that money.
You had to learn as much Spanish as you could, because they was kicking a lot of Spanish, and you want to understand some of the shit they were saying, so you ain't get got. And that turned into Broken Spanglish.
I was explaining that to my Atlanta team because they from Atlanta, and I said, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, because I don't speak Spanish. I understand and shit like that. I said, but the black people over here, they know more Spanish than listen, and the Ox too. Listen, people, everybody knows Spanish.
Most people in New York are bilingual by default.
On the Gangsta Grills, you brought back crunk music.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
We drilled that up.
Fucking amazing.
We drilled that up.
Were you proud of it when y'all was sampling and drilled it up?
It was pretty dope. We actually did that during the pandemic also.
Damn, you had a lot of shit on ice in the pandemic.
Yeah. I had did a record for Fabio. He had actually used a Dipset sample that was pretty dope, one of Joel samples.
Yeah.
And then I was like, damn, that's dope. I would like to drill crunk music over. So he did the beat. My producer did the beat, and I sent it to him. He sent back some fire. And then,
Did you feel that nostalgia come back a little bit?
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope. It felt good. It felt like it could work. It's a dope record. I think I'm gonna still shoot the video for that shit too.
Stick Up. I just interviewed OP.
Stick Up. Shouts to OP
and Dusty. We interviewed both of them. Bro,
guys right there.
That track was. I told OP, I said, bro, did you because OP's dope. He's fresh.
Super dope.
He's fresh.
Super dope.
But I said, when you on Joe, you had to turn it up, right?
Shit. OP came on busting.
Yeah.
You heard?
I mean, nothing to take nothing from Dusty.
No, I'm just saying about Dusty is Dusty. He went crazy. I'm not saying Dusty ain't go crazy. Facts. But OP came on talking spicy in the studio. That's how. So when we in the studio, it's not like it goes how whoever goes in the booth and it goes in that order.
Right.
Whoever's first in the booth, whoever's second in the booth, unless it's some nigga. But for the most part, it goes in that order. So he was the first to jump up.
I fucks with. Listen, that's another gym song right there.
Yeah, he went crazy on that record. He went stupid. Shouts to OP. Shouts to Dusty.
Definitely.
Empire Records.
Yeah, I think we just ran down the whole Empire list in one day. I think you're our 11th interview so far since Monday.
I could imagine there's a lot of Empire artists in New York right now.
Lobby Boys.
Lobby.
Yo, you and Mano, that's it. Y'all are running New York right now.
Oh, man. Thank you, man. Shouts to Mano. Shouts to my brother.
I mean, shout out to everybody in New York, but y'all got It's like the coach, and then you got all the players. So all the New York artists are like the young guys. You guys are with them, rocking, and I'm shout out to Dave East too.
No, we respect all generations, man. And I wish we had more people like ourselves to even give advice to these youngsters. Like most of these old niggas ain't really equipped for it, nor do they want to be bothered with it and shit like that. And that's half the problem now because these youngsters don't have no guidance.
Right.
And not to say that we end all be all, and we may not be the best role models, but we gonna let you know some real shit, some shit that's gonna stick.
Not the best, but I could tell you that you will give the best opinion and the best direction.
Yeah, definitely. You dig? I never set out to be nobody's role model because I ain't perfect. You dig? But I can see where there's a lot of wrong going on out here, and nobody seems to be kind of trying to figure out doing anything. You dig? But so what the least bit I could do is always reach back.
I like the fact, like, because there's a lot of people that are setting these kids up for being crash dummies and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's not y'all's intention.
A lot of these record labels are setting these kids up to be crash dummies. Most of these kids are either going to jail or dying and not even living enough to spend the fortune that they have.
Right.
And some of these kids, multimillionaires, and going through a lot of
hardship.
Trouble with the law, and then you got multimillionaires that's getting killed. Like it's crazy out here. And the record labels, they sit back and collect all the cash, and
I want to say
put insurance on artists and all type of freaky shit that's kind of crazy out here in today's way of playing the game. And that's because they know the probability of an artist getting into some shit or getting locked up or getting killed out here is very high right now.
And they're antagonizing a lot of it if you sit back and pay attention.
Of course they are, because they're getting paid from it. You heard?
Yeah. I know.
You dig? But to my youngsters out there, be smart. You heard?
Slide, classic sample. Slide,
definitely.
Shout out to
X.
X.
To Dragon.
Yeah. Shout out to X. Shout out to Dragon.
Shout out to Juvenile. Can't forget Juvenile.
Yeah.
On that record. But you know, that was the original. We came back with the slide, the spicy slide. Shouts to Fabio again. Shouts to Maine, dope record. We in the top 40s right now with that record. So I appreciate everybody in the country for
fucking with it. Heavy. Hey,
the research been heavy.
But you're a fucking genius because you know how to use the Jim Jones and get those fucking samples that we all loved and went crazy with. So I think you're a genius with that.
I'm on my block.
This is the real one right here. Like I told you, if y'all do something after this, y'all bit this. Yeah, I'm just saying y'all bit this. My mixtapes did it first. I'm sorry. I hate to say it like that. I'm talking spicy back in Cameron back in 2003 type shit.
Oh man.
What would be your sample that you would love to do, but you're worried about clearance and you don't think it'll get cleared?
I'm not deep into samples like that. I mean, I never really.
But you be killing them shits, bro.
But it don't be like me picking them. It don't be me like be me picking the beat like, oh, this shit happens. Right. But it's not like me like, yo, go snatch this sample. Very seldom that I do that. Or if I hear something like, oh, we need to do that over. Like so the Off the Leash on the Lobby Boys album, I was like, yo, we need to do that over. But the other samples and shit that we was just picking, and most of the time I would come in and Mano already had the beat laid out. It's pretty dope.
How's it working with Mano?
It's fun.
Is there competitive between y'all?
Yeah, everything is competitive, but in a loving way.
Like, loving way,
like you dig. Like you dig. It's like playing basketball every night.
Right.
You heard?
Yeah. I know. So, it's like, I think that's like the top duo in New York right now.
It's fun though, but I the energy is. You can't stop the energy. Energy is energy, man. Every night in the studio, we call the studio the lobby now. So,
the lobby.
Every night in the lobby was
Big
definitely
fun.
a night to remember. We got a bunch of footage too, so I think we'll put out some like behind the scenes. But the lobby was like one big party while we was recording. The feeling, the energy, everybody, even for all the features, like all the features with the exception of I believe it was one feature. Everybody came to the lobby and recorded their music there. So they gave the whole album a different feeling to be able to record with the artists in the same habitat. You know what I mean?
And then like just like the music obviously is gonna speak for itself, but I love how it's maybe not be promo, it's just the way y'all live it, but the promo outside of Queens flip, where y'all flipping out with Queens and
everything is part of what's going on today and part of this whole
But it seems like a fun time, bro. It's no dark shit. It's a fun time.
We are in a different place. I can't say that. We are in a different place in life right now. For us, that is.
Right,
I mean,
right.
And I think for both of us, we've been through so much and been through so many dark places in our life.
Right.
It feels so good to be here right now because we know what we made it through. That's what the whole Lobby Boys is about. We all came from terrible situations and up against a lot of adversity, and seeing our friends go to jail and get killed.
Yeah, I'm peeping the ring right now. That's mad New York when he says, can you show the camera? The ring's right there where it reads right there.
You can see it?
No, you got to go that way. Oh, yeah. His ring says, it doesn't, I'm going to put the word in front of it, but respectfully, it says, suck my dick.
Respectfully.
Respectfully. So fucking New York. Yeah. Drip Report, how did that come up, bro?
Shit. Hurricane Irma, Miami. my man Reg was like, you might as well give him a weather report while you're down there since you stuck down there. And
yeah.
That shit went viral.
Super viral.
And I kind of kept with it. It was like a thing. And then Nori was like, nah, that's a thing. You got it. That's a thing. That's a thing.
Shout
you
to
run
Nori.
with. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, that's when Nori had kind of first moved down to Miami. He was like, you know, that's a thing. You got to run with that. Yalla, you got to run with that. Yalla, know how to do it. And then I just kept at it, and then had a chance to do some meetings with some networks and different things in my travel. And I remember one person telling me, if you ever have any idea, hit me up.
Is that the Harlem in you, that everything you do becomes like a fucking brand and it sets the trend? Is that Harlem? Is that Harlem in your blood?
The hustle, yeah. The hustle comes from Harlem, definitely. You dig? I mean, it comes from my mama, really, but the hustle.
Mom's?
My hustling spirit comes from Harlem. It's all about the hustle here. It's all about the dollar. It's all about the flash and, you know.
All that. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Nori. Nori's doing the podcast. Tell Nori he needs to come for my mixtapes. We need to catch up with him.
You gotta tell Nori to pull up.
Yeah, definitely. I had EFN already, but we need Nori. Shout out EFN. So, yeah. Who's your favorite designer?
My favorite designer?
Yes. You Drip City. So.
I like Drip. I don't really got no favorite designer. You dig? I mean, I mix it all up. From Walmart to Balenciaga. Oof. From Louis Vuitton to Polo to...
You live by my motto. I be telling people you can't buy swag.
Whatever flies on the sale rack. I'm a very cheap person.
No, smart, not cheap. Smart.
I mean, I'm from Harlem, man. Harlem, our definition of drip and getting fly is way different than everybody else. Because it's name brand don't mean that's the name. Don't mean that's fire. You heard? Don't mean that's, you dig? It's not about who got it on. It's about what you got on. You dig? Like, I mean, who got it? It's not about what you got on. It's about who got it on. You dig? Pardon me, but we don't matter.
I be telling them, you could buy the mannequin and still look like a bozo.
Look terrible. Right? And meanwhile, I could come through in a white T-shirt and look beautiful.
Flex.
You know? Like, it depends on the state of mind and who the person is. You know, it's not what's on you, what's in you.
You need it.
You dig?
Can't buy swag.
You can't buy this drip. Either you stepping or not. You heard?
How much you fucking with the music today? Today's music.
I love all music, man.
Yeah?
You dig? I love all music. I adapted to the drill. I had to really understand it. Man, when Pop Smoke first started really killing, I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
That shit just hit me like a wave. Like, damn, it ain't about it ain't about you, bro. Take yourself out the situation and realize what these younger rappers are bringing to music. They're bringing a whole new type of music to New York City, and this shit is fly. You dig? I had to take myself out of it. Man. You're a grown-ass man.
I look at you like Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is coaching all the youngest now. You the Deion Sanders of the game right now.
And I had to just realize and understand where it was at. I was like, oh, nah, I got it now. I gotta help them go up. I gotta let everybody else understand from my perspective, like the OGs and the older people, like, nah, these young niggas has got fire. This shit is it. This is where it's going, and it's not stopping.
Right.
You heard? So stop hating.
Definitely stop hating. And I like how y'all took the stance with the whole drill music thing. You and Mano, you really did a great job with, politics.
The politics as usual.
I know.
You can't put the violence on music.
But you did stand up, and like you were saying, a lot of these older artists, this, that, and the other, but you guys wouldn't put the face out there and say, you know what, like, no, we're gonna talk, and you know this shit been happening way before that. Don't blame them.
It's not about the drill music. Before it was drill music, it was quote unquote gangster music. Remember that? It's gangster music, the gangster rappers, and the diplomats. They're gangster. They had us considered gangster rappers. I was like, wow, I've been through a lot. I've been shit.
Still standing, still with a shiny ass AP. You dig?
Yeah, it's the old one too.
It's the old one.
It's the first one. It's like when Jay was talking about he had a one-on-one to this. I didn't know what he meant. I just know he had an Audemars, and I was like, no, I gotta get that one.
Yeah,
you heard, and
now that's just like play money.
Yeah, this is just an antique right here. I pull it out every now and then.
Jim watch. Not Jim like as a J-I-M, G-Y-M.
Life is good. Life is good.
Definitely.
Life is good. I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm blessed and shit like that. You know what I mean? I like staying in my own lane, and I like doing the things I like to do.
If you could say, like, you see yourself in any of the younger rappers, close to any of them, could you say that?
Do I see myself in any of the
like
younger
any of the young ones?
No, I mean, I can't say that, but I can't say that as a few younger rappers right now that are definitely my spirit animals, and I definitely can channel a younger me through how they living right now and things like that. You dig? I can't say that, and I tip my hat to them, man. It must feel good to be in that position inside of this game. You know what I mean?
The most common mistake these young rappers are making. What do you think it is?
The most common mistake these young rappers
are making. Because I'm trying to make the blueprint. You know what I'm saying, from Jim, because Jim got the keys low key. So I want you to give them something to help with.
I really can't put my finger on it because I once was young and I made a lot of mistakes. And I made mistakes until I had to figure it out. And once I figured it out, some of the things that I was doing were things I chose not to do anymore.
One thing that I can say, in my opinion, that a lot of them are making mistakes on is putting a lot of shit on social media.
I mean, yeah, from that perspective, yeah, there's a lot of things. Like I didn't know what you meant by that because I know I made a lot of mistakes. Yeah, when you talk about stuff like that, social media is definitely one of the biggest things that got these kids tripping. I mean, when we were doing crime to get away with the crime. It seems like that's not so no more. Like, it seems like they're doing crimes and then put it on social media to prove to somebody that they this tough guy, this tough person, and things like that. And that kind of baffles me, because I don't know what they think. Everything is different now with this social media era. It kind of fucked everything up when it comes to.
I think it was at 50-50. I think it fucked a lot of things up, but I also do believe it helped to get money.
From that,
like the atom. When they created the atom, they created the atom bomb.
That's two different things. Like you dig, like the benefits of social media is, you know what I mean. But we talking about the youngsters and what it's doing for them and how it's affecting them, and it's
hurting them more than helping them.
It's been hurting them way more than it's been helping them.
Copy.
And that's crazy. And we got to figure out how to do better, man. You heard? And then sometimes I feel like me preaching. It's not.
You look like you got a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Yeah, because I don't be wanting to impose my will on nobody also, because I know we all need to live.
Right.
And I know I came up hard, and there was a lot of things that I had. My back was against the wall, and survival was everything when we was younger. So there was things that I did back then so I can be here. Right. I'm not going to say they were the right things that I did, but I made
survival.
It through. You dig? So it's like, how can I really, I feel like I'm contradicting myself when I be like, yo, put your, like, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to sound crazy, but it's just like, you dig? I try to give more sound advice than anything, but let them know that the end of the story is either jail or grave.
Yeah.
You heard? There's no way around it. There's very few that got around that. Very few. You heard? Most of my friends are dead or in jail.
Listen, I'm trying to get you because I know you got a bunch of people coming through.
Nah, that's cool. You good work.
What's been the biggest lesson for you all these years as an artist in this industry? What has been the biggest lesson for you in this industry?
Pay your taxes.
Woof. Woof.
All that other shit is frivolous. I'm from the streets, so I take what is. I take
pay
it
your
for what
fucking taxes. Get a good tax guy.
Yeah, that was the biggest lesson I had to learn. Pay your taxes.
I've been earning it because a lot of money comes in. It's not like a job, so money, and
Yeah.
you forget those checks are getting written by somebody.
You got to be conscious of that. You dig?
Yeah. It's the show's called Drive Slow by My Mixtapes.
Drive slow. I haven't done that.
Oh, shit. So that's kind of a crazy question. I was gonna tell you. You driving slow. You coming home 2 a.m. What track would you pump on at 2 a.m. driving slow?
I don't got no special tracks to pump. I don't even got no fucking music on my phone. I'm whack when it comes to that. Most of the times I play my own music, or my phone got like Drake, Nipsey Hussle, Jay, myself, a few other things. I ain't got too much music in there and things like that. So
Those are three greats though: Jay, Drake, and Nipsey.
Yeah, those are like some.
When it ain't Jim.
When it ain't Jim.
When it ain't Jim.
Her in between all that.
Y'all just dropped Rich Hustle.
Yep.
I've been dripping since the scarf with the Louis. Yo, I got picked on for that. I was rocking the Louis scarf just recently, and they don't understand swag and shit like that. They're like, "What you wearing?"
Nigga, and they ain't never been to the Louis store, you heard? Actually, what you wearing?
What you wear? You got a headscarf around your head. What is that?
They ain't been outside. They ain't spend no money yet.
They buying the mannequin. That's the problem. They buying the whole Nike mannequin in the store.
Hey man, to each his own, but buying the mannequin is definitely not dripping.
It's definitely. That's just you got a little checky. You want to look like everybody else. Jim, what you got going besides the Spanish tape and the fucking Jim tape that you guys got? Vamp Film. What else you got? Talk to it.
Bird Gang album, Spanish album, the album fully produced by Hitmakers Young Berg. I got a Scram Jones album. All these albums are done too, and then I'm gonna start working on the audio biography of Jim Jones.
Is there ever gonna be like a visual, like a documentary type shit?
I still got a lot of life to live, man. I mean,
okay.
I've done a documentary when I was younger, and I don't think I should have done that. I mean, it's done, so life is life and shit like that. But looking back and things like that,
What about a Dipset season series type shit?
That'd be dope.
Super dope. They did it with Wu-Tang and it was
That'd
fresh.
be dope. I should have definitely be like an action flick. I think they think we'd be lying and shit like that.
Action film? What?
It'd be like an action flick. That shit is action packed, non-stop action.
Michael Bay directed type shit, right?
It's crazy. You heard? This is real furious. It would be definitely an action flick.
Jim, before we close out, shout outs, brother. Shout out anybody and everybody, whatever it is, whoever it is.
Shout outs to everybody. I mean, shout out, you made me put me on the spot like Ralph McDaniels in his video music box.
Y'all too young if y'all don't know what that is.
Yeah, but nah, shout out to everybody, man. Just keep doing what you need to do out there. Stay on top of your hustle, stay on top of your grind. Don't let nobody knock you off your day, man. You heard? Don't fall for the old banana in the tailpipe. Don't let nobody trick you out your position.
Fucks with the heavy.
Get that money, man. When you can't stay motivated, stay consistent.
Factually, Jim.
That's rule number one.
You've been doing a fucking amazing job. I mean, you know it already because you've got plenty of accolades, but I want to tell you as a podcast host, as a fan, as My Mixtapes, like, you've been doing great with the music. You've been doing great with keeping the culture alive. You've been doing great with inspiration. Like I said, you, in my opinion, from Jim back then to Jim now, like you're on the top. You're like the OG hip hop boss.
Wow.
And I want to, like I said, once again, thank you. Like, you influenced a lot to the culture, not only the music, the swag, the drip, the talk, the branding, the fucking merch. I mean, the chains, like everything. You and Dipset play a major part in this industry, and My Mixtapes wants to thank you for that. And I want to thank you for coming on the podcast. When you're in Miami, they could do a part 2 if you're looking for anything. Come down. Well, you are in Miami a lot, so.
I live in Miami.
When you drop, I do too. So when you drop something, let's connect. I'm Liddy Willie. This is Jim Jones.
Take you to the hood of Miami too.
Yeah, we can go to the hoods. I got the passes.
You got the passes?
I got the passes. I can show you my book.
Right, cool.
I'm good. It's on camera.
I'm pretty good out there too.
So we're going to be Super Saiyan then.
Yeah, I'm pretty good out there for a lot of years.
Oh, listen, I know, and after the show, I'll talk to you.
Shouts to all my guys down in Miami. Shouts to my Miami Vamps. B Money, what's up? Ball Greasy, what's up?
You know the fucking vibes we are.
Shout out to the whole Bird Gang and VL. You heard? Bye.